All right, let's look at the homework 7.7, problem number 3. All right, so let's estimate the value of this definite integral using trapezoidal rule, midpoint rule, and the Simpsons rule. All right, so let's open up GeoGebra. All right, so first we're gonna define a function. So f of x is equal to, right? So it was actually, I forgot what it was. 3 times e to the x plus cosine of x, right? So it's going to be 3 times e to the, right, and x plus cosine of x, right? So it's hit enter, right? So we got the function, and a value is, I think, was a -1, and then the upper limit is 2, and n was, I believe it was 6. All right, let's double check. Lower limit is -1, upper limit is 2, then n is 6. All right, so we can find the delta value, delta x value. So I'm gonna say, all right, delta, all right, x is equal to b minus a divided by n. Right, so it's simply 1/2. Right, so let's do the trapezoidal rule. Right, so in number 2, we did sort of a semi-manual way. GeoGebra has actually a function which does the trapezoidal rule. So I'm going to just introduce you how to do it. So you have n sub n, just a name, right? So we type in trapezoid, right? So trapezoidal sum, right? So we're going to use that. Right, then what it does is, what it needs is a function. So we know what the function is. Function is f, right? And starting x value is a, so it's -1. And then ending value is, of course, b, right? Number of trapezoids is, in this case, 6, or n, right? Then if you do that, as you can see, it actually, GeoGebra draw a picture for us. So here, maybe I'm going to just drag this down a bit so that you can see it. Yep, all right. And maybe I'll just make it a little bit wider. All right, so you can see that here, this is a trapezoidal rule, and you get the value here. I think they believe they want 6 decimal places. So I have to change that. So go to setting, and then this is going to be actually, there's no 6, so I'm going to use 10. All right, then here, close that. All right, so we have this value. All right, so it came out to be 30.556680. All right, so let's type it in. All right, so this came out to be 30.556680. 80. All right, let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got the trapezoidal rule correctly. All right, so let's do midpoint rule. All right, so open up GeoGebra. All right, unfortunately, the GeoGebra does not have a midpoint sum, but they have a left sum. So I'm going to use tweak the left sum a little bit so that we can get the midpoint rule. All right, so I'm going to just erase that one. All right, so I'm going to do midpoint rule, but here m sub n is equal to. All right, so they do not have a midpoint rule, so I'm going to do a left sum. Right. Then I'm going to just do, so here's a left sum. If you do f of x, starting from a to b, and the number is n. All right, so you can see that this is a left sum. You have 6 rectangles. All right, so there's a way to tweak this. Right, so the way we want to tweak is that I'm going to actually shift this function to the left by half of delta x. and so that it's going to actually hit the midpoint. So here's show you. I'm going to add 1/2 of delta x. So it's going to, let's see, I'm going to put delta x over 2. All right. So you see that so they're doing a left sum on the shifted version of the function. So it actually takes on the value at the midpoint, right? So you can see that this is going to be a midpoint and the value is down here. So I'm going to just write down 30.625853, right? So let's type it in. All right, so we got 30.625853. All right, let's check the answer. All right, it came back and looks like we got the midpoint rule correctly. All right, let's do a Simpsons rule. All right, so GeoGebra does not have a function for a Simpsons rule. So we kind of have to do it semi-manually, right? So here, right? So remember S sub n. So this is for Simpsons rule, right? So we need. So first, we're gonna put delta x over 3, right? So delta x, and then over 3. Then we have all these values, and the first value is f of -1. Maybe I'll just put all these values first. So delta x value is just 1/2. So I'm just going to keep on adding f of -1/2, and then put f of 0 plus f of 1/2 plus f of 1 plus f of 3 over 2. And then last one is f of 2, right? So since this is a Simpsons rule, so the coefficient is 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1. So let's put that in, right? Coefficient is 1 here, and then put 4 there, and then I'm gonna put the 2 there, and then 4 there, and then 2 there, and 4 there. All right, so I think we got that. Maybe I'm going to extend this so that I can see it. All right, so then hit enter. Right, so we got that. Right, so for Simpsons rule, looks like we have 30.605371. All right, so let's type it in. All right, so we have 30.605371. All right, let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got the Simpsons rule correctly as well. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.